Welcome to Jamaica News Now. Here are the top stories today.
This is what we came and saw. As I say, all of the money machine them open. There are a few notes inside.
Beryllium confirms ABN security incident as investigations continues. Security company Beryllium Limited has confirmed that an incident involving several automated banking machines under its security coverage is currently under investigation. In a statement released on Wednesday, the company acknowledged the incident and said it is working closely with its clients and the Jamaica Consular Force as investigations continue. While officials have not disclosed the amount of money involved or the number of machines affected, the company stressed that it is treating the matter with the highest priority. Beryllium said it has already activated its internal security and audit protocols and is cooperating fully with law enforcement authorities. The company added that measures are being taken to strengthen security procedures where necessary while the investigation remains ongoing. The confirmation follows reports over the weekend of a sophisticated theft at the commercial bank's ABN facility in Portmore, St. Catherine. Investigators believe a group of men gained access to the service area of the machines and escaped with a substantial amount of cash. Police have not yet announced any arrests in connection with the case. Authorities have not indicated whether the incidents are directly connected. However, investigators are examining all available evidence, including surveillance footage and forensic material, as they seek to determine exactly how the breach occurred. The incident has renewed public discussion about the security of Jamaica's ATM network and the importance of robust safeguards for financial institutions. As investigations continue, both police and the security company say additional updates will be provided when more verified information becomes available. This remains a developing story. Minimum wage increases to $17,000 per week across Jamaica. Jamaican workers earning the national minimum wage are now receiving a pay increase following the implementation of a new wage rate that took effect on July 1st, 2026. The national minimum wage has increased by $1,000, moving from $16,000 to $17,000 per week. The adjustment forms part of the government's ongoing efforts to improve the earnings of low-income workers while balancing the needs of employers and the wider economy. Ahead of the increase, Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. encouraged employers who are financially able to pay above the legal minimum wage to do so. He said higher wages can improve employee morale, increase productivity, and contribute to a stronger economy. The increase applies to workers covered by the Jamaica's National Minimum Wage Order, including many employees in the retail, hospitality, domestic, agricultural, and service sectors. Business operators are being reminded to ensure their payroll systems reflect the new wage requirements. Employers who fail to comply with the law could face penalties under Jamaica's labor legislation. While labor advocates have welcomed the increase as another step toward improving workers' living standards, some business groups have expressed concerns about the additional operating costs, particularly for small and medium-sized enterprises. Economists say the impact of the wage increase will likely be monitored over the coming months to determine its effect on employment, inflation, and consumer spending. The government has indicated that improving wages remains part of its broader strategy to enhance the quality of life for Jamaican workers while maintaining economic stability. The new minimum wage officially came into effect on Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, and employers across the islands are expected to comply immediately. Trial of former Education Minister Ruel Reid to resume in October. The long-running corruption case involving former Education Minister Ruel Reid and several co-accused is set to resume on October 5th, following a firm directive from the court aimed at moving the proceedings forward. During Wednesday's court hearing, the Presiding judge indicated that the matter has experienced numerous delays over the years and stressed that the trial must now proceed without further unnecessary interruptions. The court placed all parties on notice that the case is expected to continue in earnest when it returns later this year. The case stems from a major anti-corruption investigation into the alleged misuse of public funds at the Ministry of Education and several state agencies. Prosecutors allege that contracts were improperly awarded and that public resources were mismanaged through a network of fraudulent transactions. Mr. Reid has consistently denied any wrongdoing. His co-accused have also maintained their innocence, and all remain before the court as the legal process continues. No findings of guilt have been made, and the allegations remain before the judiciary. The case has attracted national attention since charges were first laid, largely because of Mr. Reid's former role as Jamaica's Minister of Education and his prominence in public life. Legal observers say the October hearing could mark a significant stage in one of the country's most closely watched corruption trials, with the court signaling its intention to keep the matter on schedule. Jamaicans will be watching closely to see whether the proceedings finally gain momentum after years of delays. The trial is scheduled to resume on October 5, 2026, when witnesses are expected to continue giving evidence, and the court will hear further submissions from both the prosecution and the defense. Water restrictions imposed in parts of Kingston and St. as dam levels decline. Thousands of residents in sections of Kingston and St. are now under water restrictions after declining water levels at the Hermitage Dam prompted action by the National Water Commission. The restrictions affected customers supplied by the Constant Spring Water Treatment Facility. According to the NWC, the prolonged reduction in inflows to the Hermitage Dam has significantly affected the volume of water available for treatment and distribution. As a result, scheduled water rationing has been introduced to help preserve supplies and ensure that customers continue to receive water, although on a reduced schedule. The utility company is urging residents in the affected communities to use water responsibly by limiting non-essential activities such as washing vehicles, watering lawns, and filling swimming pools. Consumers are also being encouraged to store water safely and avoid unnecessary wastage while the restrictions remain in effect. The NWC says its technical teams will continue to monitor water levels and make adjustments as conditions change. Officials are hoping that sustained rainfall over the coming weeks will improve inflows to the reservoir and allow normal service to resume. The latest restrictions serve as another reminder of the challenges Jamaica faces in managing its water resources during periods of below average rainfall. Experts have long emphasized the importance of water conservation, infrastructure upgrades, and investment in alternative water sources to improve the country's resilience to dry conditions. Residents are encouraged to check the NWC's published rationing schedules to determine when water service will be available in their communities and to plan accordingly. The National Water Commission says it will continue to provide updates as the situation develops, and it's appealing to the public to cooperate with conservation measures to help protect the island's water supply. JUTC to end Sunday service on Mandeville to Kingston route. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company has announced that it will discontinue Sunday operations on its Route 512, which serves commuters traveling between Mandeville, Manchester, and downtown Kingston, effective Sunday, July 5, 2026. The state-owned transport company said the decision forms part of an operational review aimed at improving efficiency and aligning services with passenger demand. While Sunday trips on Route 512 will end, weekday and Saturday services are expected to continue on their regular schedules. The announcement is expected to affect commuters who rely on the route for weekend travel, including workers, students, and persons visiting relatives or attending religious services. Passengers who normally use the service on Sundays are being encouraged to make alternative transportation arrangements ahead of the change. The JUTC has not indicated whether replacement services will be introduced, but said it continues to assess its network to ensure resources are deployed where demand is greatest. The company has encouraged customers to monitor its official communication channels for any future adjustments to routes or schedules. Public transportation remains a critical part of Jamaica's economy, connecting thousands of commuters to jobs, schools, healthcare facilities, and other essential services each day. Changes to major routes often have a significant impact on communities, particularly those traveling between rural parishes and the corporate area. The discontinuation of Sunday service on routes 512 will take effect this weekend, and commuters are advised to plan their travel accordingly to avoid disruptions. Subscribe today, turn on notifications, and never miss the stories that matter most. Jamaica News Now, your Highlands, your news, right now.